Yeah, hi everyone. So, in the last class we went through few. We have done pandas and numpy as well. So, there are few things remaining in pandas. So we'll go through the rest of the things. Okay. So I'll go till here. So at the end somewhere we, yeah. Okay. So we have done this till here. We have done. So just converting the data types. Okay, like we use as type int, like how you do cast in, cast in like casting in Python and exactly Python and SQL. So here you will be writing as type function as type. So like, are you clear with my voice? I mean, my voice is clear because in the last class my voice was not clear and the recorded video, if I checked it, it was not. It was a bit disturbing. So if not clear, please you can you know uh, interrupt me here itself. I'll make myself anything issue if any issue is there. So are you clear? Are you able to hear my voice clearly?
Sometimes it is not clear when
Okay, 1 minute.
I think it's because of the poor internet connection.
Okay, let me change it.
Yeah, you need to change your network, Vinay.
Okay, is it clear now?
Yeah, just a bit.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, if you're not clear, just ping or just speak so that I'll be doing. I might do some other thing. So yeah, right now, so if you could see, we have date type conversion. So sorry, data type conversion. So what we have age, which is in simply string, right? So we just converted it to int. Okay. So age, why it is string? Because we have previously added it as string. So but if you could see this, I'll just take this information. Okay, I'll just taking this information, or else I'll just create it right away. Okay. So now the data frame is created, and let's try to show you the data, how the data types are. I'll paste it here. You can see all are objects. Objects means strings. So I wanted to convert this age to integer. So what you'll be writing like df with missing age dot as type int. So which we have converted to int. So if I'm entering this again, if you could see the data types, it changed it to after conversion. It changed it to int the data. So this one is a logger. So I just printed data types after conversion, which is printing it to integer. So this is what as type is, which converts this particular data type to another data type. Okay, and then we have applying functions. So applying functions are nothing but, so basically applying function to each row. Okay, let's suppose we have age. What we have done in the previous one, we have created a new column called age plus two and keep on adding plus two, right? So that is something related to simple syntax. Okay, this one is simple, right? So we just added this and added plus two. That's it, simple syntax, right? So like we can apply Python function to any of the data set, column as well. So if you could see, we have function called x lambda a plus 5. So that means whatever value we pass it to lambda, that will be incremented with 5. I mean, like if you pass a as 20, that will be incremented with 25. I mean, basically it will be 25, right? In the same way, we have this df is missing age dot apply. Okay, apply is the function. Okay, and inside this we'll be writing x, which is a lambda function. Okay, instead of this we can also write normal traditional function like def. You'll write this way, right? Creating a function def and the function name and open the brackets, and inside that we'll be writing a function related stuff. So that also possible and this also possible. So generally people used to write lambda function because it's very easy and it will be very short form. I mean, basically it's a simple one. Okay, so apply dot x, which is adding plus 5, and data frame after applying function. So you can see. So here 22, which is 27, 25, which is 30, 37, 42, 30, 35. So likewise. So we just added age plus 5. Okay. So again we have x equals to lambda a plus 5. So, okay. So this is just an explanation how we use lambda. What is lambda? So you already know what is lambda function, but still you can just look at it. So how we are passing 10 and it is incremented to 15. Okay, but we applied it on a column, so that means each row it will be executed. For each row this function will be executed, so that we will be having this new column. Okay, so this is all about function apply function. And we have removing duplicates. So duplicates are nothing but having the similar data for the rows. Okay, if you could see here, a list 22 and Bob 25, a list 79, and his grade is also a. Except age, everything is similar. Let's look at the data again. So if you could see the data, you have A list 22A and A list. There is two names A list, and but only the age is different. Okay, if age is different, so we can say that this is not a duplicate data because one A list might have 22 age and other A list might have 79 age. So there's those two people are different. But in case the same, the other like who has 79 years old, so if he is also 22, that means that record might be a duplicate record. Okay, because that record has completely same data like the other record. So that's why that might be a duplicate record. Now if you could see duplicate rows, so df with duplicate dot duplicated. So this is the function where it will find the duplicate data. So duplicated means basically it will just try to find complete row. Okay. So just forget about this 0, 1, 2, 3. These are auto generated. So this won't be considered in the in duplication of things. Only just it will be considering name, age, and grade. So in that case, nothing is duplicate because age is different. Okay. You can see false, 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 false. Let's try to rename make it as 22 and run again. Okay. Again you can see 22 is there. Now if I run this, it should be true. Okay, one place should be true. You can see this is true. So the third element is true. First one is false because first one is a first occurrence, and in the same way, whatever comes next, that will be a duplicate data, right? So in the same way, first one is false, which is fine, and in the same way, the third this one is true because this is the duplicated one, like first one. Okay, so that is fine. So removing the duplicate, how you will be removing the duplicates? You'll be using drop duplicates. So you'll be using drop duplicates, which will remove the duplicates. So you can see name, age, grade. So I'll just run it again. So you can see one A list got removed, which is index 2. If you could see, this person got removed. The first one is available, but the next one, which is same as like first one, so that's why we removed that one. And then DF with duplicates. Okay, this is the actual one. This is the duplicated. We have removed the duplicated one here. Okay, which is fine. So keeping or removing duplicates based on the specific columns. So first occurrence. So basically, based on the specific columns, we are planning to remove the duplicates. Okay. So basically, if name and age are same, means same in the sense. Let's suppose Alice is 22 and his grade is A. Okay, first record. And the other one is Alice is 22 and his grade is B. Okay, perfect. So that means that is not a duplicate data, right? Because this Alice has grade B, so that's why those are not a duplicate data. But with the help of drop duplicates, you can just check on whatever columns you want. Okay, instead of checking complete row, you can check with the help of subset. Okay, subset parameter in the drop duplicate function. You can check any columns whatever you wish to check. So now here we are checking only name and age. Okay, let's suppose so if grade is different, but still it will be fine. So right now I'll just check this. However, it will remove the alias because name and age is same. Okay, but even if the grade is different, so again also it will be removing. Okay, so if you, I'll try to make this grade be, here it is. Okay, this is not that one, I guess. Handling missing data. Okay, so let it be like, however, as I said, so this whatever, let's suppose this name and age is there. This name and age, it will try to check the duplicates and delete them. Okay, like if you could see here, alias, this is completely same record and this is completely same record. In case the grade is different, this has A and this has B. Even then, it will remove because we are only checking name and age column. That's it, by using subset. So that's why it is removed. Okay, and next. Aggregation. So in SQL you have group by, right? So in SQL you have group by syntax. So if you could see here, we also have group by syntax. So now if you could see group by grades, okay, group by grades. So you're grouping by grades. So based on the grades, you can check how many, how many people age, when grouping the age grade, you can check age, mean of the age of the A grade groups. Okay, mean of the age of the B grade groups. So likewise. So I'm just entering this. So which will bring you grade A. Okay, because you have grouped by grade, right? Minimum, like mean of the age is 22. Average. Okay, mean means average. Grade B, mean of the age is 24, and count. Okay, there are two people with grade A and the other two people with the grade B. So that is what it is saying, like grade A two people and grade B two people. So this is aggregation. So same thing you will be doing in, you have done in SQL, like select count star comma department from employees with group by department. So likewise, in the same way, we have aggregations over here, but it's a different syntax. Just go through the syntax, just using, you can use dot group by, and inside of that you can write a column name, and then you can write dot agg if you wanted to write multiple things like age, name, and all. You can write agg. Otherwise, you can write group by grade dot max or something whatever you wanted to have. Max of name like that you can write. So this is for multiple things. So merging and concatenating the data frames. So merging means concatenating means it's a process of combining two or more data frames along rows or columns. So if you could see here, we have our employee DF. Okay, so this has 5 records, and the other one we have one more employee DF. So which is called as new employee DF. The other one is called just employee DF. So this has somewhere around 3 records, two records, 106 and 107, which is a like employee ID. So 2 records here and 5 records here. So I wanted to combine this. So I'll use concatenation, same like union. Okay, union. So we have union. Okay, so we have union, right? So in SQL we have union. We will be having some data in one table and other data in other table, and you're trying to combine those. Same way, we have you can see pd.concat employee df comma new employee df, and this is ignore index equals to true means you have two indexes, right? This one and the other one. I mean, this df also have index and this df also have index, separate indexes. But what we are saying, we are just ignoring it. So you can see totals 7 records are available because in the first df you have 5 records and in the second df you have 2 records. You used concat, which is like union, and showed displayed the all the records combining from both the data frames. Okay, so this is all about concat, and you have merge. So merge is nothing but join. So just look at the syntax. However, you already know join in SQL. So you can see department and manager. So HR, IT, finance, and marketing. So HR, John belongs to HR, Alice belongs to IT, and finance belongs to Charlie, and marketing department is headed by Eva, and engineering team is headed by Bob. So this one is a department DF. Okay, and now we already have employees DF, right? So previously, so we are just joining employee DF with the department and finding the manager who is the manager. Okay, so here if you could see, we have employee DF, we have employee name, department salary, and now uh, PD dot merge employee DF, department DF. We are just joining using left join. How equals to left, which means we are using left join department. On equals to department. On because we have written on because we are joining with department column. Okay, so that's why on is available here. So now I'll just write, you can see department and manager name, and you can see the merged joined df. Okay, you can also use join over here. Both are okay, I mean both join and merge are same, so you can use that. So both things are same, merge and join is same. There also will be used have equals to any, have equals to inner join, or have equals to right, something like that. So you can see employee name, department, salary, manager. So these three things coming from one DF, and you are combining with you are just trying to join with the department and getting the manager of each department. You can see Alice manager is John, Bob's manager is Alice, and Charlie manager is Charlie. He doesn't have any manager, so he's a manager. And David has Alice as a manager, Eva as a manager, so she also doesn't have any manager. So likewise, um, so this is all about join. So you can look for the syntax once after this class. So it is simple, pretty simple. This is the left table, this is the right table, and on equals to department, and how equals to left or right or inner join. So whatever you wish to wanted to have it, so you can write. Okay, so this is all about joins. Any questions still here? Okay, I assume no questions. So this all is done. So after that, like reading the CSV file, how you will be reading the CSV file. So you can just read using pd dot, okay, pd means pandas data frame, pd dot read CSV, CSV file path, and you can pass parameter whatever you want to pass. So index call equals to false means we are saying that this customer.csv file doesn't have an index. Whatever it has data. Just you can get the data directly. So we're saying that. You can see a lot of parameters are available. You can see header, use b types, engine. So there are a lot of things. Okay, so all things are not necessary to learn now itself. So as soon you going, as soon will be working through this, you'll be understanding the things. Okay, so read CSV. So I'm just reading the CSV. This CSV file is available in my, this particular pandas where this pandas file is there. So in that itself, this CSV file is available. I mean, this pandas is available in Python tutorial folder. In that itself, CSV file is available. So that's why I just simply written only customers.csv because it, I mean, you don't need to give full path if for this pandas file and your data source file is in the same location. Okay. Yeah, so you can see the data is available like this. So automatically label is created, I mean index is created, and then employee ID, employee name, and employee email. So you can see the data. Okay, so what I wanted to do, I wanted to convert this employee IDs with 1 lakh. Okay, 1 lakh one, 1 lakh two, 1 lakh three, so that having a single digit of employee ID, which is not good. So not only employee ID, any student ID, anything, we might have 10 digits like that. So what I'm planning to add 1 lakh to each and every record. Okay, so that you'll be having 1 lakh one, 1 lakh two, 1 lakh three, likewise. So I'm just adding this. So you can see employee ID, which is equals to employee ID. That means we are modifying the same column. Okay, using this, and you can see the updated version. So like this is one not one, one not two, one not three. Likewise, you have a lot of records. So now we have read the file and we want to write the data frame. Okay, write the data frame to CSV. So you can write like this. So df dot df underscore csv. This is the csv df underscore csv data frame, and you're writing dot to csv. So this is the path, and this is the index equals to true. So I'm just running this. Okay, you can see the file is created somewhere here. So you can see 2 seconds ago, this file is created. This file is written into the location where I had to where my pandas file is there. So you can see these things employed is there, and this is the complete row numbers, and this is the index column. So yeah, that's it. Um, so we have written index equals to true, right? That's why it got the index column, this column. Otherwise, it will not get false if you write. You'll be only having employee name, and email. That's it. Okay. Okay. So in the same way, so you can read it from Excel. So you read Excel to Excel. So same way, like to read CSV to to CSV. So to Excel likewise. If you wanted to read a Parquet file, you can write read Parquet, and if you want to write it as a Parquet file to Parquet. So simple syntaxes. I mean, you will be able to manage it as well without even looking at the Google if you know one syntax. So okay, and reading from SQL. So basically reading from SQL in the sense, so this is the pandas Python, and you wanted to read it from some like Microsoft SQL server or Postgres SQL server or MySQL database, right? Because you will not only deal with one thing, right. You will not only deal with pandas, you have to get the data from MySQL and transform the data and load it to Redshift, and from Redshift you will be loading it to S3. So there will be a lot of operations in data engineering, domain. So reading from SQL file, let's not SQL file, SQL database. So we can do this right now. Okay. So this one, it's just I'll remove this. Okay, this is redundancy. Already I have the code down. Okay. So reading, yeah, this one reading to SQL, reading from SQL. Okay. So reading from SQL, I have to rename it as reading from SQL from and to basically. Okay, so local host. Okay, why we have written host equals to local host? Before that, you have to install MySQL connector. Okay, because we will be connecting to MySQL, right? So that's why we have to install MySQL connector. So here is MySQL connector. So basically, I'm just getting into this database, which is local host. Okay, that's fine. So it gets loaded. So if you could see host is there, we have just written local host. But in real time in your data engineering project, how you'll be doing, instead of that host, you'll be having endpoint URL. Okay, instead of local host, you'll be having URL. Let's suppose you have created some RDS instance on AWS. So in order to connect to that instance, you'll be having URL, right? So in the same way, you will be having a URL in the real life projects. So in the place of host, you will be have to place the database related credentials. So in that host place you'll be writing endpoint URL. In the place of user you might write your name, or else you might write your role name, data analyst or data engineer or data. So likewise, whatever you want to like user is there that you'll be writing. That depends on the one who creates the users and all in the database of your project. So yeah, password is there. I have password that one, and database and this, and I'm establishing a connection to the database using mysql.connector.connect, and inside that we are just passing the things. Okay. Okay. So next we are selecting the data from selecting using a SQL query. We are just getting the employees whose department is IT. Using SQL query. So df.sql. So reading the SQL query. So we have pandas, read SQL query, and this SQL query I'm placing it here. And this is the second parameter, which is connection where it is established. So that connection we are just placing it here. Okay. So that means that SQL query will be executed on a that particular connection, right? So I'm just entering this. So let's see. Okay, you can see all this data is available. Okay, so almost 11 records are available. Let's try to take this command and place it here itself. Okay, I'll try to use demo AB. Okay, now I'll just enter this. I'm checking, cross checking the you know records. Okay, you can see almost 11 records are there. The same records are displayed in the Python. Okay, 0 to 11. You can see all the records, whatever you have in MySQL database. Like through MySQL connector, we have established a connection to, Python pandas data frame, and then written one SQL query where it is bringing the IT employees from employees table. So where you can see the output of the data which is available in SQL, which is validated by going into MySQL and check that we have 11 records, and the same records are also available in the Python Jupyter notebook, which is completely fine and it's working as per the expected things. Okay, so now we have tried to connect it to SQL table, but what if I wanted to write into the SQL table, right? So I wanted to write one day. I have a data frame, and the data frame has some data. I wanted to write the data to the data frame. So how you will be doing that? So here we used read SQL query, and there we might use to SQL. Okay, so here is the data. Alice Raw, Alice Bob and Charlie four records. So I'm creating the DF now, simple DF, employees DF, okay, which is fine. And now I'm using this one, like employee DF dot to SQL, employee DF table correction, and then index equals to false, if exist equals to replace. So basically, I'm just trying to write it to the table. Okay, seems like some error. Okay, so let's try to, that code has some error. So let's try to do it here. So we have pandas SPD and SQL Alchemy. So this is one of the, one of the connector kind of thing. So which you can get it from internet. It's a package where it will help us to create a, connection to the database. So here, if you could see, we have created a connection. So there are different ways. Okay, not only this way you have to follow. You can follow any of the ways. Okay, so here we have used SQL Alchemy, but somewhere you'll be using PyConnect, or you can use connect MySQL connector. So whatever you want, you can use. So but it should be it whatever you're using, it should be uh, like trusted. Okay, whatever library you are using, that should be trusted. So SQL Alchemy is one which is popular and becoming already available since few years. So we can trust this. So we are creating an engine. So we have a data, Alice new and Bob new, and let's make it as one. Okay, instead of new, we'll make it because already the data might get inserted. So I'm just inserting this way, and this is the data frame. And again, create engine MySQL plus MySQL connector and root, and this is the password, and then localhost and demo. So this is what it is. So how you create an engine and how you do to SQL. Okay, DF which holds the data, and to SQL, and this is the table name, and then this is the connection which is equals to engine, where engine is nothing but this is the engine. So we are just establishing a connection right away here itself. Okay, if exist which is equals to replace. So if exist replace means if already this table exists, just it deletes everything from the table and add this only two records. Okay, if you write append over here, already it doesn't care how many records it have in the table, you'll just add two records, that's it. Okay, there is difference between append and replace, so you can go through that. Append means if there are 10 records in the in the SQL table. So it will add this 10 records, whatever we got it from DF. Okay. In case if we have replace, so it will delete that and then add that. Okay. So replacement, replacing, append means adding up. So I'm just running this. I have run it. I'll just check. I'll just copy this. Okay, I'm copying this and trying to check the. You can see L is new one, Bob new one. So now then we have completed reading the data from the CSV files and writing it to MySQL database and reading the data like file from database and writing it to the pandas data frame. So two things we have done: reading for to and from pandas environment uh, and MySQL environment. Okay, so that is done. So that's all for Python. So we have completed Python till here. I mean, we have gone through most of the important things for data engineering framework like NumPy and Pandas. So in this Pandas session, you have done some kind of practice and all as well. I mean, if you could look at this hands-on, we have done what are essential for us, like connecting to MySQL database and getting the data and loading into that another format like CSV file or Parquet files, which is completely fine. So where we will be using these things in day-to-day life as a data engineer. So we have already done these things. Okay. So again, you have to go through these things again. Just go to Jupyter Notebook and then import all these things and try to practice. So there is no dependency over here, like having the things. You need some installation to be done likewise. So automatically you can just go through Jupyter Notebook and whatever package you wanted to install, like pandas is not there. Okay. So what you'll be doing, you will be just writing pip install pandas. That's it. It will take 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes. Automatically it gets deployed in 10 minutes if your internet is very good. So that's it. So NumPy is done, Pandas is done, and in the next class we'll be going through Linux and Hadoop related topics, and we'll be covering around 2 hours of session for those two topics, and later we'll be going with Apache Spark for almost 7 hours. So later we'll be going with AWS, which will again it will be 78 hours. Okay, so for now, I'll just upload this recording and I'll paste all the already I have added this documents in the like AWS data engineering folder under the hands-on and Python. So you can just go through that, and right now you can practice from the pandas. I mean this one as well. Okay. So that's all for the day. So if you have any doubts, we can discuss. Otherwise, we can wrap up the call and we can connect tomorrow and start our Linux and Hadoop related big data concepts. Yeah, okay, then if you don't have any doubts, we can wrap up the session and just practice this pandas and NumPy. And if you're not, if you didn't watch any videos, you can just take this time and you can watch those as well. Yeah, thanks everyone. So thanks Sandeep and Satya and Priyanka, Lokesh. So we can
Yeah,
connect maybe tomorrow.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay with me.